So we are at Han with you guys going to rest, which means
Before we turn
regain.
in,
Huh?
then before we turn in,
Oh,
I go up to Sarah and say, "Would you like Spa tomorrow to try out our new toys?"
Yeah, absolutely.
Try take it easy on me. You know what I'm like.
Yes, you delicate flower.
in his heavy black plate armor.
Yeah, I know. And I just called it a
You,
delicate
you
flower.
delicate black flower.
But yes,
I blow a theatrical kiss.
terrifying. That mask. Oh, that. That, hmm, that may have to be
Yeah.
art. Okay. Uh, uh. Well then. So then, with that, you return to your dorms, and being taking a long rest. In that case, you get to lose your exhaustion.
Well, I get
Savant. And actually, yes, with the two wonderful people, Miss Serafina give me her wisdom check as well as her sanity, and Ithramar to give me a sanity check as well. Clean and very nice. All right then. With that, the rest of you fall into slumber, as well as you two, peacefully. Serafina, nothing becomes as strange as you've become pretty used to this almost second part in your mind of Pyrox, who's not really up to anything. He's, or it, seems to be just enjoying the fresh air, if that's even possible, and seems a little bit more relaxed that he's not deep on the ground. And Ithamore, your, if you could call them dreams, or at least thoughts in your case, have definitely relaxed. There's still thoughts and ideas floating in your mind, but it's definitely not as pronounced as it was previous. The night passes, and you hear the again warming and opening of the valve into the main chamber as the forge has begun anew, and a new day begins. As you all wake from your slumber, you, huh? Oh, you go over. Actually, yeah, you gain your key points. Obviously, you travel towards one of the common rooms to have a morning breakfast, and you were greeted by Desmi, who comes to check up on you guys while you're eating. Actually, probably Aaron's not there because he's resting longer. Probably.
It's Aaron.
It is. It seems to be a custom point at this point, so you guys aren't bothered. I'm just here to check up on you, as I hadn't actually seen any of you around, apart from Ulan. Word on yesterday, it was good for the students to see the other stars from the other temples. I appreciate that. And Miss Shea, I almost forgot, is sitting on one of the sitting on the table as well.
Everyone forgets Shay.
It's one of her abilities.
Fade from memory.
Fate from
Good
memory.
at level 6.
It's pretty good. It's kind of like one with the stone, but it's just one with the environment. It just vanishes. I do hope that everything is up to your liking, Senator. I hope they are keeping within standard.
Yes.
I've heard word that you were spending a long time in the Undercroft.
Yes, we were working on some projects. I must say that it went better than I expected.
Well, just make sure not to wear yourself out. You know, it is important to have patience and to do things in mediocrity.
Oh, that absolutely. I would never accept a job that is mediocre. I've been taught better than that, and I. Thank you,
Well,
Master.
Not a problem. I've also heard word that someone was trying to get information on one of our other guests.
Yes, we did got around to ask the guest directly.
I see. Well,
Interesting person.
as long as there is no dangers.
No, I wouldn't say any danger. He seems to be interested in my companions here, and so we arranged for a talk, essentially. Apparently she might have some business to discuss with the group.
I see. Well, I suggest just to be careful, as Miss Rowe is not one to take too fondly of others, as she's been very adequately put that she wants to keep away from other members.
Not to worry, Careful's my middle name.
Yeah.
It comes after the O and before the lava.
We
Lava.
Well,
Yes.
lava.
we will try and be as much careful as we can. After all, I've trained with you. You know how much careful I can be, and on second thought, do not think about how much careful I can be. Probably not a good idea. But sure. Well, the thing is, she actually asked for this meeting herself. Was the one to start approached us and talked to us. So, yeah, we'll treat it carefully. To say that she has been distant from most of the people.
Curious. Well then, I will leave you to finish your breakfast and whatever talks you may have. Have a good day, and please enjoy the rest of your stay here. She gives a deep bow and exits out of the chamber, back down into her training area. You see other members, including Warren, Belrin, as well as Tunk as well, pass in and out of the commons to other places. And you all finish up your meal. It's technically ow. So, you have another day of in front of you, and It is currently available for any free time that may be.
Well, I'm mostly going to try and train a bit. Maybe.
The first thing Savantis can do in the morning is test out his shield. See how much he can maneuver and defend himself in.
Okay.
Wait. Does that mean we all get to try and beat up Savant? And he has to try and defend himself.
Do you really? Can I? Can I really?
I called dibs first.
Okay, no, you can go
Wow.
ahead for.
Don't worry, we'll do it both. He has to see how he can react to like multiple targets. I'll just stand there and shoot at him, and then you can do the melee stuff.
All right.
Savan doesn't have Shield Master, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Well, alright then.
Can I suggest?
Well, it doesn't really matter to that.
Can I suggest we maybe move this away from the common room? Just a thought.
I imagine you guys are beginning to leave as a group and heading in some type of direction, either up or below.
I mean, I was going towards the
Can we
training
do it
area.
in the sun, please?
You want to go spar outside? Sure.
Uh-huh.
If more, shall we?
We
Come
don't
along,
want-
delicate flower. Andy, can you do me a huge favor? I can't figure out what's. I can't.
Duh.
Let me try that again with English, perhaps.
Please.
Can you can you look at the two spear things on my character sheet?
And fix them.
Yes, please.
I can attempt that.
Thank
Alright,
you.
so you guys head upwards to the surface as you've all spent your time down here for a little bit too long and you kind of want to get some fresh air at this point. Aaron probably is going to head up there anyway when he wakes up.
Lounge chair and his next umbrella.
Yeah, which is actually still up there. You couldn't be able to take it down. But yes, the day itself is actually a little bit better. It's clear blue sky at this point. It's a little chilly as the sun hasn't fully rose yet. As it takes a little bit longer, obviously, because you're in a freaking caldera. It's not going to be until probably mid-morning that the sun actually is going to hit where you guys are. But yes, you can feel the very fresh cold air of outside blowing through.
Saran starts to feel nostalgic after being down in underground for basically 2 weeks.
It's kind of nice. Obviously, there's no snow.
Something missing always.
But it's definitely it's around probably like low mid like 10 degrees around there. So it's definitely chilly. It's not cold, but it's chilly, especially with the wind rushing through this area. With pretty much everyone heading outside actually.
Yeah, I was heading towards the training area.
Oh, you're gonna go to the training area. All right.
Yeah.
So you split off and go down to the training area, where the rest of your monks would usually train.
So is this the morning now?
Yes, this is morning.
Yep.
Okay. I have something else that Ula wants to try and do today then.
All right, I will keep that in mind.
Okay.
Okay.
When you said 2 days for the scary lady, was that like tomorrow now? Or was it the end of today?
Scary lady?
The Goliath one.
Goliath.
Oh,
When
so
it's
yeah,
2 days,
from
is it like the end of was it like the end of the day or the start of the day?
this is now 1 day, so one more day.
So it's tomorrow, but is it at the start of tomorrow or the end of tomorrow?
You're not sure?
Okay.
Yeah. You were told information from Team Craft Bros, so. Oh, actually, that should be
We're just gonna spend our entire day outside in front of the door.
fine.
If we only had a pool. Wait, we can make a pool. We just need a lot of water.
So yeah, you guys go outside. So what are you going to actually do to train?
Well, Salam don't really need to train to hit people. He trained to not get hit, so I guess he's gonna take turns trying to block. I guess.
All right.
And it seems like it's Ifamore and Sarin right up.
Yep.
Who wants to try to hit me first?
I think Ulan called dibs on that, so I'll let him go.
No, I'm doing something else.
Yeah, you're doing
Oh!
something else.
Oh, he's headed back down, apparently. So then it's just you and Ithamore and Seraphina, I imagine?
Well, I will keep not be where they are, but find my own kind of spot because I have something I want to do.
Is Aaron sunbathing again, or is he still asleep?
I think
Sleeping.
he's still asleep. He'll probably
Aaron,
be sunbathing eventually.
when will you roughly wake up after everyone else? 1 hour, 2 hours?
Depends what time they wake up.
Well,
I would say our time around 10 o'clock in the morning. I
Okay.
would start getting up.
alright, so you've still got a couple more hours.
Yeah.
Or at least probably around 2 hours. So, you guys are going to start testing out the shield. And Ulan, you're heading where?
Well, first of all, I want to try and get those daggers made.
Alright.
But I
Yeah.
also want to speak to the in-charge lady.
Desmi.
Desmi, yeah. About how one goes on about taking the trial.
Alright, so you actually go back down into the training dojo, actually, which is what she basically, from what you've realized, is usually her main role of going through the final steps and the actual refinement with the students. And yeah, you find her off to one side as she's already directed the students of what to do for the first session of the morning. Where actually, Senator, you'll be down here as well, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually training there.
Okay, so yeah, you would see Senator following through, because you actually haven't done this for a while, considering going to the front lines, coming back, and then being wrapped up in crafting.
I presume Shay is there as well, but no one's noticed.
Shay is indeed there. She's definitely fitting in is a strong word, but blending in, yes. It's still awkward when she has to have a sparring partner, because after yesterday especially, few people want to.
Seneca didn't say he could do it.
Yeah, I'll be a sparring partner.
Yeah. You can take the blows.
You're gonna get your ass kicked so hard.
But yes, as that's happening, you step to the side to grab Desmi. She's just watching over, and she just kind of slowly moves her eyes across, seeing you approach. What can I help you with, Olan? I've been watching your group's movements, and after talking to you this morning, it seems everyone is doing well.
I've been meditating and contemplating, what I'm to do with my time here, and I'm not sure when my obligations to the Broken Compass will take me away from this temple, and I feel as if perhaps I owe it to myself and this walkabout that I'm on to attempt to challenge the trial of this temple, to test my mettle, if you will.
I did bring it
not
up.
Sure.
The trial is, as you would imagine, a specialty of monks here, trained specifically. I am hesitant to allow one from the other temple to take it, but if you are willing, I will suggest it to the other masters.
I would be honored to have the opportunity to try. Obviously, it would be ideal if I could spend more time training, but it seems that there are forces that have other intentions for me, so I'm not sure I can take the patient approach. I have to go the way that the wind blows, as it were.
It is less of training and more of finding oneself purpose. The training itself is all practice and preparation.
So, if I understand correctly, it was something to do with one's own reflections and some thing.
I imagine Senator gave you this information.
He mentioned it with extreme vagueness and no disclosure of anything that he should not have disclosed.
It is mostly true of that nature. Without giving away the actual purpose, yes, both reassurance of oneself and confronting the doubts and the impurities one has as a final challenge. It is also one of the few opportunities one has of meeting with the master of the forge.
I heard something about this yesterday. I believe that there is a difference between the forge master and the master of the forge. Is the master of the forge something more than just a mere teacher here?
He is the individual who's taken and mastered all of the others.
Is there an equivalent of this at the Azure Dragon Temple, or when you say I've not taken the trials, that I've not encountered this either?
You haven't. You would know it as the name Forest Speaker, but
I've never
met.
encountered.
The highest you met was obviously
The Grandmaster guy.
the Grandmaster. Yes.
Okay. So I'm aware of the concept, but I've never encountered what.
Exactly. It's slightly different as there wasn't 3 separate masters. There was just the Grandmaster, which you know of. So it's slightly different in that perspective. But yeah, there is generally been someone as a pinnacle of the profession of the temple or monastery.
It's the secret temple boss, basically.
Sure. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, in that sense, yeah.
Okay.
He has both taught each one of us and also learnt from each one of us.
If I may perhaps overshare about myself, I have discovered recently that there are aspects about myself that I was not aware of, and I've learned of the parents that I knew nothing of. I've encountered the mother I thought no longer existed. I've brushed against the grace of Bahamut, and the opportunity to confront the dark aspects inside myself, to at least see them and know them and hopefully conquer them, is a challenge I feel is greatly needed for someone in my position.
I would agree with this. You sound like a blade who doesn't know his own materials, and that is both detrimental, is both a weakness and a strength. I will indeed speak with the other masters. It seems...
I would appreciate that greatly, thank you.
almost a disrespect to you to not allow you that privilege.
Thank you.
I would ask, however, as your group is one of the outside, to assist eventually with the problem that you and your group are aware of.
Your giant and abomination problem?
Quite that problem.
Well, to be quite frank, it was a foregone conclusion that we were going to help you regardless, so...
She gives the first proper smile of a kind of half smile of a good to hear.
I've never met a fight I felt like backing down from, so...
That is a good purpose. Remember that. It is important. But also, do not make sure it is so vague. Having such a broad edge leaves one vulnerable to break.
Now, that perhaps is where the teachings of our respective belief systems differ. Because in my experience, it's the largest, broadest oaks that are the strongest.
And they are more likely to be cut down, are they not?
And if they get big enough. It's easier to snap a twig than it is to snap a tree.
They are more noticeable. That is true.
But better the stronger oak be noticed than the tiny saplings.
You have went well from your temple. We shall see how well that goes as you step forwards. Now, if you would like to join, or do you have other business?
Actually, I was hoping to commission something of one of the craftsmen here.
She just holds up her hand. If it is work hereafter, please speak to Durant down in the Undercroft.
That was the answer to the exact question I was about to ask, thank you. And Ulan will bow and respectfully leave the dojo.
She joins you in a bow as well. Go well, Ulan. I look forward to seeing what tree you grow into.
Big sexy tree, that's what.
After you leave. Let's see how badly Savant's doing. Upstairs. The shield itself is rather heavy in comparison to your previous one. It's not so much going to... It's definitely going to weigh you down slightly more. I wouldn't say it's going to restrict you any more than it previously did. As it's pretty well made from the work that both you and Senator pulled off.
Pretty well made.
Okay, you didn't adorn it. You made it simplistic in its actual design.
Yeah.
Sorry, not design. In its decoration.
Forming?
Yes.
Yeah, decoration.
So,
it's not a goading weapon.
how am I going to do this? I'm not going to do this as a proper attack per se. This is going to be more of just testing strength against the shield.
So against its HR, basically? Okay.
Yeah, so it's both Seren and Ithelmore going at this. Who's going first?
Ladies first.
How long have you known me and you still call me?
Well, I did want to test it against giant strength, so there you go.
Well, both of them are pretty close to that, so.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Technically, I am giant strength.
Technically, he's stronger.
So I've got the belt of hill giant strength, so I am giant strength.
Is a hill giant. So flip a coin. Roll a d2. Yeah. So Saren, you gonna go first?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'm just gonna do this as you doing a strength roll.
Okay.
Instead of an
So a
attack.
strength check or
Yeah, strength check. Yeah.
Okay.
So a strength check against
It's HR.
so Vant, you do one as well. But plus the shield, which is currently 3. So yeah, strength roll and then plus 3.
Cool. 16.
You go flying. As you use just one of the new spears you have as just like a stick to slam into it, and the stick's pretty strong. It doesn't dent, as it seems to be pretty well made from these two. And the ringing sound it creates this wonderful, almost like a gong sound. Savant, though, you definitely get pushed back a couple feet in the gravel, and the ringing sound goes through most of your arm as you're holding this shield. It blocked it. Although
I tried to look over the shield. How does it look?
the shield's pretty solid. Yeah, not sure how many of those it could probably take, but the first one, yeah.
Cool. I gives it thumbs up behind the shield. After my arms stop shaking.
Do you try another one, or do you let Ithamore take a swing?
No. It's the Lord's turn.
Okay, Ithamore. I imagine you're gonna try a sword swing instead, or you're just gonna like punch it.
Sword swing.
All right. This would actually be an attack swing. So give me a swing of the sword.
Well,
Can I
what
take
I'm
the
gonna do is
dodge
I'm
check?
gonna raise my sword strike, and just before I do, I'm gonna misty step behind him.
Oh god! I'm taking a dodge action, as I said it before, so that's it with a disadvantage.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, swing twice.
Not that it hit anyway, but...
What does it say? Yeah, disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter if the first one's not going to catch. Because what is your AC now, actually, Savant?
19.
Okay. Yeah, so you give a swing into it, and you hear the sound of it hit the shield, and then you misty step behind him. Alright. And then, Savant, you hear the sound of the ping, and then you see the arm that was holding it turn into mist, and the mist just passes straight over you. And then Ithamore's standing behind you.
Oh god. I turn to face before he gets the time to swing again, hopefully.
Well, no, I misty step before the attack.
Yeah, before the attack.
Sorry,
I
I
did-
said... Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said after attack.
Yeah,
But yes, before the
one
attack.
reason
No, I,
why
I
I
went,
think
I
my-
went to
my-
just before I struck, I misty step, and then continued the blow.
Never mind. Other way around then. So, from the corner of the shield then, you see Ithamore's form turn to mist, and then fly in your direction. And then your shield, you just throw up in, both in preparation, also in fear, as this cloud of mist flies at you. And then you just hear this sword against shield, just with a little bit of scraping sound. Oh, you're just using the normal. Okay. Good point. As you just, you're pretty sure there was a few. It's going to leave a little bit of a mark, but.
Well, I would also hit the flat of the blade because I was doing a non-lethal strike.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'm not trying to kill him.
Shield's up. But yeah, okay, in that case then, it's more of a dinging sound then, instead of a scraping. It's just like, ka-ding, as the sword itself is also giving off a ring.
Very harmonic.
Yeah, you have a look at the shield. Didn't seem to do much to it. You still haven't really tested against anything really heavy, but for the 2 tests,
Still, I don't want to be hit by a cannonball or something.
that would definitely leave a dent. There's no doubt that would not leave a dent. But yes, it seems both tests went successfully. apart from your own self being pushed back, not bad.
Need mountain boots, apparently.
Well, this is a mountain range, so
I put the shield slanted on my back again.
I look up at Sarah and say, should we try attacking together to see how it holds up the 2 attacks?
Put the shield back on again. Cower behind the shield.
I like the way you think.
Taking the dodge action again.
So another strength check.
this time just do attack. Just straight up
Alright.
attack.
With disadvantage.
With a disadvantage, but yeah, both of you go into a swing as he puts up the shield and literally hides behind it. You literally can't see Savant's form anymore. You just see a shield.
But actually, wouldn't they be straight rolls because we also get flanking?
Are you gonna flank me also?
Yeah.
I mean, are you trying to test the shield? Flank him, you will hit him from behind.
Yeah, you're aiming for the shield, not really Savant.
It's not training Savant to duck. This is
Yeah,
testing the shield.
this is straight attack, just straight attack. Cause
So
it's
just
just straight roll, because he's technically not able to dodge. He's literally hiding behind the shield. So yeah, just swing onto the shield.
I'm bracing the shield. I'm not doing anything else.
Okay, and yeah,
no.
so both of them just straight impact into the shield, and you just hear them careen
I
off.
think we got in each other's way.
We did.
You're not used to attacking the front at the same time.
I'm gonna look at Sarah and shrug and just say, this is why it's nice to flank.
He looks behind the shield. Oh, come on then.
I look at him and say, don't worry, we aren't gonna flank you.
I can take a hit.
Um,
He looks at himself behind the shield. Do I?
You just hear this
all
whisper.
right.
I'm still gonna take the dodge action.
Oh gosh, alright. Both of you go into a flanking, which then neutralizes it. So, swing.
Miss. And miss! Oh god! I survived!
With... You're not sure if it was luck, the floor itself causing you guys to slip slightly, or just this small diminutive size. But both your swings, if and will, yours goes slightly over, as you're used to hitting something around your height. And then Siren, you go into the front, and it just careens off the side of the shield. Leaving Savant somehow completely unharmed from your double attack.
How much is his AC right now?
19.
19.
Ooh.
He's
Yeah.
got the same AC I do.
Wow.
Well, technically, I'm not actually in armor right now, so.
If either one of them wanted to be a dick, they could have both hit.
Yeah, and we could have taken our second attacks.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
yeah, well, yeah. But
This
yes.
is not beating on him. It's more sportsmanship, okay?
And also,
no,
I'm
it's
only using one weapon at the minute. If I'm using 2, I'll get another attack on top of that as well.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
offhand.
And
Yeah, just triple attack, so why don't you
Why
guys?
not? Do it with the poison sword as well, just for extra measure. But yes, it seems the shield has come off with pretty much passes on all tests.
Very nice.
Even flanked.
There's a little bit of a scuff mark now, but there isn't any actual damage to the shield.
It's more cosmetic than structural.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it gives the shield character.
Exactly, you
Yeah,
need some
there you
character. You don't want it to
Need
be
some
a bland
battle
shield.
scars. Then it's because of shield.
You don't want a clean shield. Ugh.
Yeah, you look like a noob in every battle. No, you wanna.
You want some battle marks.
Yes.
So yeah.
And then I roll on to what's my no.
Saying that, no.
Roll
so-
initiative. Dun, 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 dun.
What's everyone else doing? So yeah, you three finish up. Are you gonna stay up top?
No, Ithelmore and I still need to spar because we're bored and we need to hit things.
Yeah,
So
once
I'm-
we
so I'm
use
just
our
gonna stay on
nuclear
top.
points.
As he's gonna open up the portable hole and start emptying it out to see what he can do with it.
Oh, the hole stinks. You opened it up briefly when you brought out the scales, but
Wow.
now that you've got it in open air, it needs a bit of a clean.
Is Aaron woken up yet?
Aaron, about now, is woken up.
Well, it doesn't mean he's gonna be here until half an hour
Yeah.
later.
He's
We
getting
need
up.
prestidigitation on aisle 3.
As the rest of you, especially Ithamore and Sen, you remember what was in this hole, and now that Savannah opened it up,
stand upwind.
you remember why you never opened it for a while. The pieces of the rest of the scales weren't fully cleaned. There's also the pieces of the beholder that you left in there, as well as the entire collection of alchemic solutions that were in the cask,
Entirely Wilbur's fault.
which
Yep.
at this point has probably fallen over, cracked a few of the glasses, and has soaked into the barrel.
It isn't the
Wait, why is it falling over?
Because of the amount of other stuff you threw in there.
Well, no, we had a ladder down into it. We put stuff in there organised.
Okay.
Nothing got thrown in. Also, I think Ithamore's pack technically would have been in the bag of holding, not the hole.
Yeah,
Because
because that's where my shield is.
Yeah,
it's
that's
in the
that
bag of
because we
holding.
had the duffel bag. We bought that from King's
Yeah,
Art. So,
most
yeah,
things are inside.
don't worry, your pack was in the clean place.
In that case, then, the barrel is still upright.
Because you went around with the bag. I don't remember now, so.
No, I put the thing in the bag because I was there when we found the ship that your stuff was on.
I also
Oh.
think it's written down. It is in the bag of holding.
I
Alright.
did not write it in there, so I'm not
Okay,
guilty.
so then, yes.
Isn't
The,
it? I think it is.
the solutions are still then technically in there and are upright. They're definitely, though, decomposing.
But he's using his
Barrel is
scarf as
leaking.
looking like Levi when he's cleaning.
Roll up the sleeves,
Yeah.
put on a handkerchief around the mouth. Time to go in.
Quick, someone close the hole!
Well,
So it's really kick on Savant morning apparently.
that'll be fun. But yes, you can definitely see the amount of things that are in here, which needs to be. No, it's not that bad. There isn't like fluids decomposing. It's although the stalks are shriveled and kind of like mummifying.
It's cool, okay?
Well,
Wow.
I'm gonna. Can I roll something to see if Savant knows if it's any use? Like otherwise, it just probably is. That's
Give me a nature check to even know what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, yeah, nature. 12. It must be some weird ass creature. Like, yeah, you have no idea what the heck this is.
I'm just gonna put it on the outside and see if they know what it is. I guess.
You just like hold up one of them.
What is this? It shakes around the eye. The mummifying eye. Fuck.
To Ithamore and Saren.
Would help if I wasn't muted. It's a beholder eye stalk, Savant.
Okay, is it supposed to look like this? It's looking like it's becoming a mummy.
No,
About
it's
a
been in
thing.
there a while, unfortunately.
So no use or.
I don't know. Why the hell did we keep it? Anybody know?
Because Wilbur wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Well,
You
what
hear
happened
the
is-
voice in your head.
is, I'm putting it outside now.
All right.
You're just gonna have a pile.
It's a pile of just...
Uh,
He's probably putting stuff into the barrel and just carrying up the barrel. Putting it on upside like. Getting
yes.
cleaning supplies from downstairs.
Am I right in thinking the beholder core's in there as well? Or was that put in the bag of holding?
Not the beholder. The beholder's magic core.
Yes.
Didn't that get taken out at some point?
I think it's got taken
I
out.
believe it was shown once at the Arcanum College. I can't remember what you did with it after that.
It's in here.
If it says it's in there, then I guess it's in there.
Alright then, it's still in there. So then that also smells quite a bit. It's
it
also
still glowing?
super weird as it's kind of giving us this slight glow. It's definitely diminished in comparison to previous. But when Savannah inspects it, there is definitely this kind of... It's almost like a whisper of some type of essence floating off it. You're not sure if it's like smoke that it's going to like explode or something, or it's like... It's a literal smell you can
Magic
see.
hand grenade that is smoking, that's bad.
But yeah, it's literally this like fleshy, almost. Yeah, it's almost like this fleshy pearl, about the size of your hand. Well, technically, it'd be bigger than your hand, but human's hand size.
They're perfectly normal hands. They're
Yeah.
good hands. Great hands.
Which also is beginning to like, the flesh is already kind of shriveled up, to almost this like, almost like jerky, kind of just stringy and stretchy around it, and the core itself underneath is very kind of like grayed out at this point, but it has a very small amount of this kind of purplish tinge of light coming off it.
Does Savant even know if it's magical or just weird?
Give me an Arcana check.
His specialty. Well, apparently.
Okay, you're like, whatever this is definitely some type of magic. You have no idea if it's good magic, bad magic. But this thing is weird as fuck.
Can you also sense that it's diminishing?
It's definitely, for its size, it's definitely less than it should be. Like something this large probably should be like super magical. Like right now, it's literally giving off less than something this size. Yeah, something this size should definitely be more magical than what it is. It's like it's either been in a really long time, or whatever it was like super weak.
As he walks up the 10-foot ladder and sees as the training sparring, the sparring session continues. So whatever this magical thing that you have, it's dying pretty much. I don't particularly know, but whatever it is, it's not as magical as it, whatever it is. And it holds up the glowing flesh, basically, ball.
Saren, you very vividly remember that.
She did help to take it out.
Yeah. Well, she also was the one that killed it. But yeah. Ifmore, you also remember watching them rip that out of the creature, which it was definitely brighter when you pulled it out. Either one of you is probably muted again.
Of course I am.
It was a guess.
We pulled that out of the beholder. I think it's Serafina called it the core, the magic core, something like that. A lot.
I'd have
Less-
to Serafina and
Right,
say,
right.
Mr. Serafina, do you remember this?
Serafina, you hear like some echo coming from below, where you can hear where they were fighting.
I don't think I ever actually identified the core itself.
Nope, you did not.
No,
Probably-
because I don't have any notes on it.
I don't think you actually had the pearl needed for it at the time. Actually, no.
No, I did.
No, you did.
You sat for friggin' ages doing ritual stuff.
Yeah, you did
Yeah,
actually.
but I don't think I ever actually got the magic core.
For some reason, we
People
just
were
left.
doing that while I was
Well,
doing
we
rituals.
waited for like an hour for you to do a bunch of rituals. We had a short rest while you were doing
I
it.
don't
So.
have any notes on it.
That doesn't mean you didn't do it. It just means you don't have any notes on it.
Well, then it wasn't interesting.
Then it wasn't interesting.
Yeah, if it was identified, she probably would have just. She probably did an arcane check on it. as it's she would have figured out it's definitely a magic core of this creature. There's definitely an essence connected to it. You're not sure what it does, but it's definitely of some type of energy.
Yeah, and as a note, I think Serafina is just a little is far enough away that she might be able to hear some yelling, but talking, no.
Also, you're reading a book, so.
No, I'm actually not.
Oh, you're not reading a book. You're just outside. Okay.
No, I want to do something.
Oh. You should have said something.
I did, but
You did?
apparently I mumble in my moustache.
Mustache.
Mustache.
Da, 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 da.
In that case, then, as you guys are doing that and you two are sparring,
Yep.
Yeah, Serafina, what are you up to then? I know Ulan is going to go over to the Undercroft. What are you up to?
I am playing with magic because
Magic.
there was one time where basically my fire spell exploded more than it actually should have, but I haven't basically looked into it since, or cast the fire spell since. So that's it. I have a few things I want to try, which is why I have a good distance and have found an area where there's basically nothing burnable.
Well, in this Kandera, there's very
And
little
there's
that's
a lot of stone and
burnable.
rocks, and yeah.
Yeah, there's like the only thing that's even close to organic is some earth to one side, on one side of the crater. But apart from that, it's mostly rock or some type of basalt, obsidian, sort of stuff. So I'm trying to remember when that happened. That was during when your fire spell.
That was after we ran into Erin, and she told us about the artificing. Before, yeah, where we ended up in an outpost thingy, or city thing where we just slept and then traveled further again.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
So before the okay, sure.
That is after Dagram, and then went into area fighting the gnomes. And then we burned the cards that was left behind.
Oh, okay, yeah, card. Yes, okay. So what did you say you wanted to test?
Basically to see if it happens again.
All right, what are you going to test with?
Well, I have a few things I can do.
I know, but which one?
Yeah. I'm gonna start out with the cantrip.
I imagine that's probably firebolts, considering it's you.
That's the only fire cantrip I have, so yes.
Exactly. Yeah, you shoot it off into the distance. Nothing terribly different about it. It seems very normal, as it just.
I will also use a spell because I can, and cast chromatic orb with the fire type.
That's a first. Okay.
Yes.
You begin creating this ball of energy in your hand. You turn it into fire and launch it in the same distance as well. And you watch as it kind of spirals off in the same direction. You've actually not done that very much before, but nothing seems unordinary about it. As it slams into a pile of rock and just. Nothing seems extraordinary. As you begin working on that, Ulan,
Yes,
you went down into the undergrowth looking for Durant.
I did.
Um,
Durant is the fire guy, right?
no.
No,
He's
the
the
other,
centaur.
the centaur guy. Ah, even better. Okay. I go looking for the centaur.
Yeah, you go downstairs, and you haven't been down here before, as it's a lot hotter, and it feels really, really like a furnace. The central chamber was a standard area, which was relatively hot. Down here is very much enclosed, and the heat is a lot stronger than it was previously. But you go in and you see all these benches of other people working on their own personal projects, and overseeing you see Durant Ironman, overseeing and kind of walking around, trotting around the various stations, inspecting everyone's work. And actually, one of them down here would probably be Morinth, actually, as well.
Okay.
The female dwarf that you saw previously with the chains around her arms. Durand notices you enter, but doesn't pay you any attention as of yet. As he begins...
Could you just type out his name for me quickly, like his last name as well, because I didn't quite catch that.
Iron Man. Oh,
Iron
there we
Man. Oh, okay. I thought you said Diamond something, and that confused me.
go. That would have been
Okay.
good. But no,
Okay,
Iron
he'd
Man.
be Aaron's
Yes.
favorite.
Diamond. But yes, Durand meant Iron Man. Yeah. And he just walks around, stops for a second to inspect one person's who looks like they're making some type of hammer with what looks like twisted metal. And he just points some instructions and then moves on.
I'm just gonna watch respectfully for a little bit because I don't want to interrupt per se.
Okay. He carries on just walking around. He stops eventually, turns his head slightly in your direction, and just...
I give him a little bow and then walk over.
He slowly turns fully around to greet you as well with a bow. Welcome to the Undercroft. Oh,
Thank you,
Ooh,
Master Durand.
I didn't think you'd be one for being down here. What can I assist you with?
I was hoping to get something forged from the Mirror Forge here, as a kind of souvenir is the wrong word, like a relic of my visit here. I'm traveling to visit all of the different schools and temples in our faith system, and it doesn't quite feel right to leave the Mirror Forge empty-handed. As I'm sure you can appreciate, metal isn't exactly my forte, being from the Wood Temple, but I have developed something of a affinity for throwing knives. I was hoping that perhaps I could commission one of your craftsmen to forge me a set of throwing knives to represent each of the 5 elements.
He kind of crosses his arms and it's like, and kind of looks up a little bit, looks around to the rest of the students as you're talking, looks back to you. You're after a suva, a symbol of both entering and passing through our monastery.
That's right, to represent this stage on my journey.
Such a thing can be made. Is there a request of detail that you require?
Oh, well, since there are 5 elements, I was thinking perhaps a dagger for each. I know very little of different metals, but I have encountered, I believe it was corundum, as a poisonous metal, and I've heard talk of adamantine as well. I don't know what metals are what, but perhaps there's some metal significance that might.
It was orichalcum, but
Orica, that's the one.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got confused. That's the metal that orc stuff is made out of in Skyrim. That's why.
corundum. Yeah. Well, how would you supply these materials? Or are you purchasing?
I would intend to purchase them, of course.
I see. Well, as not just any customer, I would obviously make sure that one's purchasing of anything here would be of a they call discounts.
That would be extremely appreciated. Thank you.
However, having the variable of materials would be of some cost.
Well, perhaps doesn't necessarily have to be different materials. I honestly know nothing of metals, so I defer to the expertise of the experts. I don't know what metal would be best, but I've heard of mithril. I know silver is good against some things, but I honestly.
How long does they intend to stay?
I am not entirely sure. I have submitted I've spoken to one of your peers about possibly attempting the trial here, but I know my companions in the Broken Compass are eager to investigate the stirrings of drow in these parts, so I'm not sure how long our presence here will last.
I see. And he kind of turns back towards the forge. This request I will take upon myself. The requirement. I will speak with the other masters. There's been talk that your group of the Broken Compass could be of assistance to us in these times.
Indeed, we do intend to help with your giant problem as best we can.
Then doing so may be of a requirement. Maybe such materials can be acquired from this request.
In that case, you will absolutely have my assistance.
Well then, I believe I should speak with them soon to arrange this objective. Do you have any other plans for the day?
I intend to spend the remainder of the day in training and meditation. So,
Well then, I expect to see you soon then. And he actually begins moving towards the exit.
thank you, Master. And I bow again, and sort of wait a little bit so that he gets to leave, and then I leave.
Okay. He does turn, notice your bow, gives a short bow to you as well. And then he exits. And he's relatively slow, even for his size. But then disappears up the staircase to wherever. And then you said you leave afterwards.
Yes, to spend the rest of the day. I guess I head back to the dojo.
Okay, sure. Which I believe Senager's in. Yes, Senager's still there training. That's fine.
Microphone was. Yes, I am training.
All right. As that is happening, actually, Seraphina. Actually, as you're going through several other spells.
I actually had another idea.
Oh.
But yes, you would run inside, and then basically approach the first monks he meets.
Okay.
Because he does not want to distract the guards outside.
You find one of them that's walking around. You kind of, it's like, knows who you are, but so confused that you're talking to them. It's like, who's actually be a gnome.
I hide.
You hide?
I hide. I, as the things you see with.
Oh. Okay.
Could you tell me where I can find some wood?
Wood? Why?
Yes.
Why you'd have to? Well, there is some. With the furnaces. What do you intend to do with it?
Make a small fire. I have something I want to try to do.
Okay. I guess that's not inside, no?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Well, there's some wood this way. In the large central chamber, with the actual main forge itself, which is fueled by the heat from below. There's also separate wood furnaces, wood and coal, which is mostly used for specific types of heating processes, and the gnome leads you to it, and it's like, you don't need too much, do you?
No. Just very
Okay.
small.
Gives you like 2 pieces of wood.
Perfect. Thank you. I start running out.
It just like gives like a short bow, and it's just like, all right, that was odd. You take this wood upstairs.
Yep.
All right.
Outside.
What do you do with such wood?
I would sit down with it in front of me and make it burn, and
Not too
then
hard.
I will meditate and focus on the fire and see if I if it happens that the fire diminishes, or if I in some way can affect it so it diminishes.
Give me a wisdom check as you begin sitting in front of this fire.
I can open my sheet.
You closed your sheet. How dare you?
I will use it.
As you begin sitting in front of this fire, watching it flicker, it's a relatively small fire, but it is enough that it burns slow enough. Watching it, you kind of go into a little bit of a meditative state that you've done previously before you go to sleep. And you do catch the flames flicker. And they do actually diminish to about half the size.
Do I feel anything specific or?
Oh, sorry. Is that a hero point?
Yes.
Oh, okay. 13. Yeah, nothing different changes. No. However, you do catch the voice. Again, it's different to what you had previously heard, of that kind of low growl of just like thunder. Now it's far softer than it was previously, which is very awkward. It's just, why are you watching the fire?
I have noticed how fire diminish around me, and I am
Well, yes.
successfully creating the effect, but
I'm grateful. You've been feeding me.
oh,
I prefer something larger, but I'm happy with what you have given me.
there have not been many fires around.
Happy. Also, we're outside.
Yeah,
I prefer the outside.
I do too.
Can I finish it?
Yes.
Can you reach for it? It's too far away.
You need to repeat that again.
Can you reach for it?
Oh, I reach for it.
Okay. Like, put out your hand. How close?
Well, I will slowly put my hand closer, making sure I don't get burned.
Okay. You put your hand out. It's like a foot away, and you see the kind of the tail of the fire going up actually goes towards your hand partially. Do you push it closer?
I do.
Okay. The heat you can still feel, but it's not hot. It's warm. As it begins to kind of spiral in the direction of your hand, and gets almost to the point of touching. Do you move any closer, or you just hold it?
I will watch for a moment because this has never happened before, so this is fascinating.
It begins to kind of slowly, almost move towards your hand.
I will do the where you point one finger and try to touch with the finger.
Okay, you're doing like the ET touch. Okay. You put out the finger just to reach a little further, and the fire actually goes up and just touches it. And as it touches, it's not hot at all. It's still warm, but it's at the point just before it does get hot. There's a strong heat, but you don't feel it singe or burn at all. And as it touches, you see the rest of the spiral flicker up into your finger, and the rest of the fire disappears. That's just. I guess that is what you call a appetizer.
Paternity. Depends on how many dishes you want.
How many can I have? And he kind of almost goes back a little bit to that charcoal voice it had previously. It just asks, how many can I have?
Oh. For now, we will have to wait for the next dish.
Fine. However,
Well, you once told me to be patient.
I've been picking up things from you, and yes, patience. Although my hunger is getting larger. I'm not sure if that's good or bad.
I don't know either. Can you still see what's happening in the fireplace?
Recently, I've become less connected, if that is the word. It feels almost like my head is here, but my body is there.
I was told that there is the process where you can connect and on a spiritual level. There's also the physical level, but that is a little harder to do since
I'm not sure what this means.
well,
Do you?
it makes sense to me, so I would say I do.
Okay then. So what do we do?
For now, wait and see.
More patience. Fine.
Well, I was told by more than one not to rush things.
Well, I can feel more, which is good, so patience is working.
It is.
As you hear the fighting of swords and axes and spears in the background, as Sarah and Enith were still going at it. Actually, I never got rolls from you two.
Nope.
Good.
What do you want?
Both of you, give me an athletics.
Oh, hell.
All right.
Hell.
All right.
Sorry, it's a word.
That's how you train.
Wow. Yeah, no, you definitely can hear the swords of this clanging against metal as in the background. It is like full on sparring between these two, as it's very hard for these two to actually hold back, especially when either are about the same strength. So the clanging is giving off a good amount of echo in this this caldera, as each sword and spear here is just and
Savant in the hole as it goes up. How did I survive that?
I'm holding back against you.
Easily evenly matched. There's a little bit of pressure that Seren's putting onto Ithamore, just from the momentum of Seren's swing, just being a little more reckless. But Ithamore, I imagine, is probably using two swords just to hold back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
I'm also not in armor and not raging, so.
Yeah, you would have advantage technically.
Yeah.
So yes, that is definitely going to leave some bruises. Is
Awesome.
the main point? As both of you two go on for quite some time of just this back and forth, which some of the guards on the platform kind of like catch what's happening. It's just like, oh. It's like just like start watching instead of actually what they're meant to be doing.
Are any of them placing bets?
No. They're still holding their position, but they do just like they don't like fully turn and watch. They just kind of like turn their head slightly and just like out of the corner of their eye. Yeah. And that goes on as
after Savant taking out everything, he's gonna do some measuring, and if you look at the party notes, that's what I'm trying to make. Well, planning out to make it. It's gonna.
I have to look in the party notes. God.
I'm basically trying to make, like you do with car hoods, but to make platforms out of that I can lower and raise.
Okay, with what? Because there's not much material. Metal.
Yeah.
Where?
Not that they have it right now. It's like a building plan.
Oh, okay, you're making a building plan. Okay.
Yeah, I need to. It's gonna be a lot of calculation. You need to calculate the radius and stuff like that. It's gonna take some time.
All right. So you get out some of your papers and begin making
He sits and
measurements.
looks at the graph paper. Is there no one that has more graph paper? Please. Any parchment, anything, a napkin.
There's parchment probably in the portable hole. Especially if you check on the cast, there's probably some papers in there that you can use. Some of it's just like some weird ass shit. You're like, what the hell is on these pieces of paper?
Puts it back, like, finds one that is blank. You can start to scribble down notes.
But yes, so you can start working on that. As the day goes into morning, Aaron gets up and eventually shows himself with impeccable fashion.
We would expect nothing less.
Yeah.
Actually, we'd probably worry if it was otherwise.
And as probably unexpected, goes in probably an extra day of sunbathing because, yeah.
If I must.
During breaking.
Huh?
As a joke, I'm gonna cast darkness
no.
on top of Aaron.
Wow.
Wow.
not even just Aaron, but probably half of the guards also get caught in this as well.
No.
As there's just ball of darkness just covers half of the platform, as half the monks are just like, what the?
Suddenly, someone sees nothing for half a second before he opens his eyes in a hole. Like, what the hell?
I'm not affiliated with these people.
And Aaron, you are in pitch darkness as you prepare yourself to get on the sunbed.
I will elbow Ithelmore, not gently.
He's in armor, so.
I could pick him up and hit him instead.
Yeah, okay.
That. Interfere with Aaron, yes, just not the guards.
After a few seconds, I'm just going to drop concentration.
Okay, and it just. And the blazing light just comes out and it's like, alright, that was weird. Everyone keep eyes.
One day.
What? One of them catches the two of you and notices Ithamore is like holding a hand up, and then Sarah elbowed him. It's like, alright. As afternoon passed,
What happens when you leave us alone too long?
Yeah. Desmi actually comes up to see the 3, yes, 3, and asks you to come down towards the training room, just so she can speak with the rest of the group of the Broken Compass together.
I'm just sitting by the edge of the portable hole, waiting if he's doing math.
That includes your other companions. In the next couple minutes would be fine. Thank you. And then she heads down to leave you to do the finish up, if need be.
All right.
I did not hear her.
Can we see Serafina?
You definitely saw the fireballs earlier, so yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm still within view, but I cannot hear talking. Normal talking.
Oh.
All right.
Because
Well,
I'm that far
one of us
away.
will go get her if we don't see her moving. I'll go get her.
And then she heads down and speaks to who else? Ulan, who exited upstairs, and tells you the same thing. If you would enter into the training area, I just wanted to speak to you and your comrades about what we had discussed previously.
Okay.
And eventually, the entirety of the group, including Senator, who was already in the training area, are all grouped into the training area, which at this point is actually vacant. The only persons in here are two of the actually you know their names, Durand and Desmi, and Morinth is standing off to the side as well.
Moment was the
dwarf.
badass dwarf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chain
Okay.
dwarf. Who
Well,
looks
I
like
wasn't here.
she made a few extra things while she came back. And also, the Goliath that you now know as Ro is also standing off to one side,
Awesome.
watching. As I had already spoken with Ulan here, the troubles that you had assisted us with previously are coming to a head, and we would like your assistance in remedying the situation. Yes, as you know, the giants have been uncharacteristically aggressive in this area, and some of the watchers that went to check on their den have informed us that there's been a shift in their, if you'd call, hierarchy. One by the name of Ordin has taken control of the, if you'd call, colony. And it's not just giants that they're the abominations, the Grimlocks. They seem to be making their home in the den as well, which is unusual. One, for them to be so close to the surface, but also to be so closely tied to the giants. There's also been signs that they've been able to control the basilisks of the area, which I believe your group has already witnessed.
Confirmed. We have.
Indeed. In that case, I believe it is important to remove this threat with much prejudice. We cannot have someone leading the giants of this area of such aggression. It would cause great strife of all the tribes of the surface. And I would not like to assume what they could do if they struck here again in a larger number. So, as the masters of this monastery, we would like you, Broken Compass, to join us in assault with some members that you know to remove this threat. It's not an easy task, but you seem willing to face danger.
I'm just gonna look around at the group and see if there's anybody who looks like nope.
I was expecting it. You know.
Other than Aaron,
Savant actually looks excited about fighting some giants.
Technically, Senator, you're off to one side as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm part of the
And friends.
friends, yeah. But sure, I mean, I'm helping either way.
Yeah.
I
This
think
is my home.
I speak for most of us, possibly with the exception of Aaron, where if I say damn straight, let's kick these things' asses, which way do we go?
Just point us in the right direction, and
Yeah, because our compass is shit. So, like, we might need to borrow Seneca to get us there, but
Yes, as one of the members joining you, Senator is well accustomed to your group.
that's one way of putting it.
Wow.
I mean,
Just give you a stern look.
I'm not giggling. I'm not. I'm really not. Nope. I'm behaving myself.
This is great. This is great. Just embarrass me in front of my teachers.
As well as the area. In addition, Morinth will assist you.
Excellent.
I've also been informed the other guest of the monastery, Miss Rowe, is said to accompany you. She just gives this kind of very low chuckle from the other side of the room. With just a very slight smile from under her, under the kind of the shadow she's kind of in. There isn't a lot of light down there. If this would be satisfactory, which would be an attack of night. It would be a safer bet, as you would only have to deal with these gremlins, as they seem to be the nocturnal ones. Giants shall hopefully be asleep, allowing you the opportunity of a more advantageous position.
Wow, that was dwarfish, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, the notorious advantageous strategy.
Advantageous yes. Advantageous to attack at night.
Right.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Target Odin. He is the largest of their giants. If you can sneak to him and deal with him as quickly as possible, we will be in debt.
Sneak in at night, stab the big thing. Seems like a good plan.
I like it.
We're fantastic at sneaking.
Yeah. I look towards
Except
Aaron
for
and
you.
says, I look towards Aaron. Do you still have that spell? Use
You need to be more specific.
the one that silences people.
No, not at the moment, but I can have it.
Might come in handy.
Will you be able to have it in time for tonight? I presume tonight is when you're intending for us to go.
I don't think so, because my preparation time has passed.
I mean, you could go to sleep right now. Yeah.
Well, it has
No,
to be
he
a
needs
particular
to
time
have
of
it
day.
on.
Just reset, just press the reset button on me, that's fine.
Well, you can sleep earlier than usual.
Okay, everybody needs to kill themselves so that we can reset to an earlier save.
Wow.
Hand grenade.
So if you went to sleep at just in the afternoon, you would wake up at night.
With a cleric, though, isn't it a specific time of day when you prepare?
It's when you wake up. So yeah, after you're having a long rest.
I think sure, because different. I think different gods is a different time. Some
Yeah,
gods are
and
really.
That sounds way
some
too
are at-
specific, and I can't bother to
And
bother.
I also think somewhere in the book it says that you cannot.
Benefit from a long rest twice in a certain period of time.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is that as well, yeah.
However, you guys haven't
and
done
that's long
anything,
rest.
so it wouldn't be excessively using. So
Yeah, we would be just to.
yeah, you haven't actually done any excessive
Alright.
exercise, so
I cannot
Excuse
count,
me?
so somebody count for me. How many people are going?
12.
probably around 9.
Well, it's already 7 of us.
Shay's currently not here.
Is Shay not included in this?
From what you can see in this room, she is not here.
Okay, well, there's the 7 of us. There is Morinth and the Goliath,
Row.
And
Yes.
So that's
yeah,
Okay.
9.
but not Shay. So, alright.
We could ask Shay. We could ask
She's
Lady
part.
Shay.
She's part of the Broken Compass. So, I mean,
Well, yeah, honorary member.
We've borrowed her.
Yeah.
We
But
licked
I
her. She's
show
ours
her.
now.
Do you want to say that to Swanhild?
She's on lease, okay?
That depends on what level Swanhild is.
Is that OC?
Oh, I see, yes.
Currently, she's probably level 12.
Yeah, no, okay, no, I won't see that to Swanhild. Yet.
And I don't think we can contain Shay.
Actually, that's another
Oh.
plane.
Yeah, no, Shay would definitely win in the fight.
She's a wildflower.
Well, one, you have to remember she's there, and then actually try and contain her.
I have been doing really well
Wow.
at remembering Shay.
Okay, that's true. You have. But yes.
Mostly because there is a post-it note on my monitor that says Shay on it, but...
Really? Is that actually... Wow. Okay, that's pretty... Wow, that's pretty
That
cool.
may or may not be true.
The question is, have you spelt it right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Are you sure, actually? Yeah.
S-H-A-Y.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Did you say A-Y or E-Y?
A-Y.
Oh, it's E-Y.
Is it E-Y?
Yeah.
So even
I have
Vince
it
has been
down
getting it wrong.
as AY
I have it down for
No,
as A-Y
Shay.
as well when I
because
asked you to
that's
spell it.
what you wrote
Yeah.
down when we first got her name,
What?
which
That's
is a
how
million
you
years
wrote...
ago.
Yeah, that's how...
What? Shay?
When you first told us it was A-Y.
Yep.
Can
Yep.
she change her name during?
I-
It's obvious.
I have always had
She
it.
went on a spiritual journey and changed vowels.
No, it's because she's from the east. They write it
But-
phonetically, not the same way we do.
Technically, it's one of those Scandinavian AE joined together letters, so
Yeah.
like encyclopedia.
So yes, it
Yeah.
is Shay.
Lad has, I can't remember what that's called. It's called as an ash.
Shay.
Yeah.
It's called an ash.
Ash?
Yeah, the AE together is called an ash.
Shay. And technically, if we were doing it phonetically, the Y would be an A, so it'd be Shay. Shy. But anyway, it's Shay.
What, like LaBeouf?
Anyway,
Please no.
Like that.
as you guys finish talking, the Goliath steps forward slightly. And don't worry about me. I'll be observing mostly. However, I will be
Me too.
participating.
God damn it.
I'll be
How did
participating.
none of us manage to get that in? Damn it.
If things go bad. It's coolish. Okay. And actually, this is a good time for us to end.
Dun.
So,
Well, if we're going to leave, I guess I don't need to pick up the stuff and see what you guys want to do with it.